What's shaking, guys? It is Sam here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about 10 ways that my life changed when I first got sober. And all these ways are things that continue to change. So it's not like it was some magical cure and everything all of a sudden was better. Although to some degree it was, but these are all things that continue to improve, and there's ups and downs with all of this stuff. It's not like I'm perfect across the board every day. But I'm gonna hop into it, so hope you like the video. So the first thing is loving myself. So it might sound a little bit weird, but essentially when I first got sober, I quickly realized that I was at odds with myself when I was drinking. So when I used to drink in excess, it made me feel great during that time, right? But the next day, or whenever I sobered up, I had this weird sense of like regret and guilt about what I might have done, or even if it's just being an asshole to people or breaking something, or just being kind of reckless and not really being my true self. Generally, I think I'm a pretty kind person, but when I would drink, I would become pretty terrible sometimes. And so, I once I got sober, that stopped. So I felt this more consistent love of who I was and who I am to this day, right? Like, there's things I don't like about myself, or I want to change, or I want to improve, but it's more consistently that I feel okay with who I am. And so, yeah, I got sober and I continued to make mistakes, but I was more aware of those mistakes, and if I wanted to change them, I could. I knew what had happened, what led me to behave a certain way, and I could try to improve that. Whereas when I was drinking, some of it was a little blurry, and I would let my emotions get control of me, and not even know what might have triggered me to act a certain way, or want to get in a fight with somebody, or say something, really rude to somebody. I mean, there's a lot of examples. I'm not going to go into that now, but that's number one. Number two, I was able to be a better boyfriend to Shani, my girlfriend. And again, this is still improvement. Like I still have to work on this a lot. But one of the clearest memories of me of some bad behavior I did when I was drinking would be I would make plans with Shani to work out after a work day, or just to come over and cook dinner and watch Netflix, right? On a Tuesday, let's say. And I would get off work, be stressed, and tell my friend, oh yeah, let's go have a couple drinks and bowl, or let's have a couple drinks and play darts at the bar. And an hour would go, 2 hours would go, and then all of a sudden it's 7:30, 8:30, and I still haven't left to go to Shani's house, and we're supposed to work out or hang out, and then I would make some bullshit excuse to not go, and then she would get mad, rightfully so, and I would apologize and oftentimes cry, and I'm so sorry, right? And but I would do it again. So immediately when I stopped drinking, obviously that exact behavior stopped. And it's still something I'm trying to work on, is that I'll apologize to her, but I'll keep doing the same thing. So it's something I'll talk about more. But yeah, I was able to keep my promises more. I was able to keep track of plans. And I think that just made me a better partner with Shani. Number three, being a better brother and son. So I have a younger brother and two parents who are divorced. And I'll start with my parents. So when I was out, this is even before leading up to me getting sober, but just my parents were so worried about me, and I would be worried too if I had a son or a loved one that was acting the way that I was acting. And so when I decided to get sober on my own, I was able to just live a life that was much less dangerous, much less reckless. I cut off certain people around me that were doing things that I didn't want to be involved in anymore. And I think that my parents really appreciated that. They they can be at ease a little bit more. Obviously, parents are going to worry. My mom cares about me so much, and so she's probably worried every time I go driving, for example. But she's much less worried. I'm in much less risky situations. And then with my little brother, I think I was just able to be a better brother, be there for him in a more genuine way. With my brother, but also with my parents, I don't know if I don't think it's a coincidence that once I got sober, I called them much more regularly, and so I'm just able to be a better member of my family, be more reliable in that sense. Number 4, I am less stressed at work, and I have less stress about work in general. Now this is one of these interesting ones to me because it sounds almost counterintuitive, because I used to drink after work or on the weekends, and I thought that it was helping me with the stress from work, like helping me to be less stressed. But what I realized is it's one of those things that isn't really common sense. It's kind of contrary to common sense. But basically, when I took the job I have now, out of college, I've been there for almost 2 years. But when I first started the job, it was very stressful, and I was training, and I was having this, I was being measured on these metrics and having to work really hard, and putting a lot of pressure on myself, as well as, just trying to live up to expectations for my employer. And very quickly, I started to regularly drink after work, and I wasn't getting drunk every night, but at least 2 to 3 times a week, I was having 2 to 3 drinks after work. And so it began to be this thing where on very stressful days at work, I would look forward to, I'm gonna get off at 5:30, I'll be home by 6, and I'll make myself a drink. And it was weird because I don't know how this happened, but it almost conditioned me to be more stressed at work. So it became this thing where it's like, when I'm at work, I'm stressed, and then when I'm home drinking, I'm not stressed. So I associated work with stress in a way where then I was always stressed at work, and I was only relaxed when I was drinking. I hope that makes sense to you guys, but it makes sense to me. So nowadays, I still have really stressful days at work. I want to make that clear. And sometimes that stress can maybe sit with me a little bit longer getting home from work, and I have to remind myself to kind of let it go and be present with Shani, or walking my dog or hanging out with my roommate, and not working. I have to be present with it. But while I'm actually at work, I'm not as stressed, because I'm not looking forward to this release when I have that first drink after work. There is no exact moment of release. So I'm just sitting there at work, and I'm relaxed because I'm just generally more relaxed on a daily basis. So that less stressed at work. Number 4, that's a huge benefit that I did not expect. I expected the opposite. I expected I have to stop drinking. I'm gonna be so stressed all the time. How am I gonna be relieved of my stress? So that's number 4. That's a good one. Number 5. This is another one. It's kind of in a similar way, but to number 4 with work. But I'm less anxious in social settings. So I've never been. Well, that's not true. In college, I went to a lot of social events. Like I was in a fraternity. Going to a lot of parties, going to every bar event that our school had, and everything like that. Just going to hang out with my friends constantly. Once I graduated college, that really stopped. But I would still go to things, right? I would still go out to a club with Shani, work events, the party here and there as an adult. Just, hey, I'm going to meet some new people or whatever. Stuff for church, church groups, which I never drank at, but I've always been pretty anxious in those settings ever since I was young. So I can remember being 12 and going to bar mitzvahs. I grew up in Los Angeles, and a lot of my friends were Jewish, and so I went to a good amount of bar mitzvahs growing up. And I remember going to those and being like so nervous about seeming like I was whack or being awkward or, oh, I'm not dancing, so I'm all nervous, right? And this is like before iPhones and stuff. At least I didn't have an iPhone. I had like a flip phone. But I remember like looking at my phone constantly, and there was nothing on my phone. I remember looking at it like just being nervous, like I had to do something, right? And so, for 10 years I felt that way. But as soon as I had my first drink in like a social setting, which was, I think I was 12 or 13. As soon as I did, it was this huge relief to know that there's like this fix to feeling that way. So I went from feeling like I was being nervous and I was awkward and I was lame to feeling like confident and smooth and like people liked me. I could talk to anyone. So yeah, kind of similar to how it was at work, but in a little different fashion. Like I became like conditioned to be, when I was at a social gathering, I would be stressed until I could get a little tipsy or until I could get drunk. And then if it was a social setting, like I said, like with a church group, let's say, where we're not drinking, I would be anxious because I'm like, this is weird. I'm never at a social gathering as an adult not drinking. So yeah, it sounds kind of pathetic when I really say it out loud, but so I was conditioned that way, right? In social settings. And then what I didn't realize was it had become this thing that I would actually be more anxious about like getting a drink and making sure I could get a drink and I could get the right amount of drinks, or not drink too much but not drink too little, but get the drink that I like, but okay, space out the drinks. Like I was actually more anxious about the drinking aspect of it than I actually was about talking to anyone. So the first major event that I went to sober was my company's holiday party, and it was really enjoyable sober. They had good food, nice atmosphere, a lot of people who didn't know each other because it was kind of like the whole network of our company. And so I actually had some good conversations. It was at a Four Seasons, a nice hotel. I really enjoyed it. And I didn't have that fear of, drinking the right amount. Am I going to drink too much, drink too little? Do I need another drink? Like the way I could put it, this is a good example of that anxiety about drinking, if you don't know what I mean. So I've been to a lot of things that are open bar, right? You pay a little bit of money or you don't pay anything, and there's a bar with unlimited drinks, like a wedding or something like that. And I would go to those, and like even like leading up to the event, like I'm not even there yet, I'm knowing that it's open bar, so people can get as many drinks as they want, so people are going to get more drinks than they would if they had to pay. So there's probably going to be a bigger line than at a bar where you have to buy your drinks. And so I would be so nervous about like, well, what if I get a drink and then I finish it and then I have to wait in line without a drink to get another drink? I mean, it really sounds pathetic now that I'm saying it, but that's how I thought. So I would always try to, I'd go to the open bar and I would try to get 2 drinks so that we could go away and I would drink one and then get in line while I'm finishing the second. And I used to drink, anything like straight liquor, beer. I would drink it so fast. And so, yeah, that was how that anxiety was. But then once I stopped drinking, it's like, oh, I'm at this event and oh yeah, maybe I'm a little nervous because, I don't know anybody. But it's like, I'm okay with myself. Going back to the first thing I said, loving myself, I'm okay with myself. So I don't need all these people's approval as much anymore. So I don't really, if I'm quiet the whole time, I'm going to be the quiet guy, right? Sometimes I'm the quiet guy. if I'm telling a cool story, then I'm telling the cool story, and I'm the cool guy, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm just here and I'm okay with myself, right? And I'm not worried about I'm worried about fucking getting 2 drinks at the open bar to drink 1 in line, get another 2, right? I'm not worried about that. So I'm actually just much more calm and able to engage with people in a meaningful way, and actually able to talk to people better than when I was drinking. Which again, it's contrary to common sense, but at least what my sense was. I don't know if that's really, you could call that sense, but that's how I thought. So yeah, that's number 5. Numero 6, number 6. This one's pretty simple. It's just my physical health. So by any measures that I've taken of my health, they've improved since I got sober. So my blood pressure has lowered. My resting heart rate actually has lowered too when I've checked it on my Apple Watch. I've lost about 50 pounds, so body composition is a little bit better, or not a little bit, it's a lot better. I sleep much more, like I'm able to stay asleep more, and my quality of sleep, I feel rested when I wake up. My energy throughout the day, my energy and focus, much better, and my skin's cleared up. Now these are all things that could also be attributed to losing weight, and I realize that. They're actually probably more so to do with losing weight than actually stopping drinking. But for me, I had been trying to lose weight for a while. I'd been trying to lose weight for at least a year and a half, 2 years. And so I was actually trying to lose weight and gaining weight, which it's the most frustrating thing ever. And I'll make a video about that. But once I got sober, I was able to stay consistent. So I was able to, the sleep part is a big part of losing weight, just getting enough sleep. And then I was going to the gym more often. I was waking up early. I was waking up at 5 a.m., going to the gym. I didn't have any program, but I was going to the gym. So I was doing that consistent. And then that kind of feeds into other things where I'm not drunk 2 or 3 times a week and ordering pizza, right? So I'm just, okay, maybe I'm eating a steak that night, or I'm eating chicken and broccoli, whatever. Just eating healthier amounts, healthier foods. And so I'm just much more consistent. I'm not doing the yo-yo dieting. So physical health, definitely better. This is a huge one for me. Number 7, it's allowed me to get into other interests. So I am the type of person who will get obsessed with something, do it for 2 weeks, and just it's all I think about, and then then I switch, right? And I do something else for 2 weeks. But when I was drinking, that was there, but I never actually could get into an interest. Maybe I'll just think about it and kind of want to do it, but I didn't actually do it. And so a couple examples I have here, skateboarding, that's one for me recently. Past month and a half I've gotten into. YouTube, so making YouTube videos is something I've wanted to do for 5 years probably. And photography, Shani and I have gotten into that. We probably want to start a wedding photography business someday. And we've actually worked on it. I've actually done work on it. That's a good example. My church, so I became a member of a new church, and I started volunteering, teaching Sunday school with Shani. Super rewarding experience. And just we're not doing it anymore because of the pandemic, because church is all virtual now, but it was freaking awesome. It was just, I really miss that. Reading. So I would say reading and meditating, those are things that I generally do early in the morning. And I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. and do stuff when I was still drinking. I might wake up at 5 a.m. because I was hungover and freaking eat some cheese sticks and cheesy bread, eat some cheesy bread and watch Netflix for an hour before I fell back asleep. And now I can wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm excited. I wake up and I'm gonna do this and that and whatever. So just allowing me to all of that comes from being sober. So, and it's something for me to remember, I don't want to get so focused on skateboarding that I'm actually not focused on staying sober, but it's allowed me to do those things. Number 8 kind of goes into number 7. I have more time to do the things that matter. So, those include my interests, but it also includes just basic things. I have more time quality time to spend with my girlfriend. I have more time to call my parents and call my friends, and I have more time to meditate and work on myself and work on my own mental health, and more time to sleep. I have more time to walk my dog. Just more time to like do things that aren't drinking. um, Drinking for me is not good for me. Like it doesn't go well with my body, and I don't get much benefit from it. I can't lie. Like I have bonded with people while drinking, like most of us probably do. But like, there's no one that I drank with and became friends with, and then we're still like we were actually friends. Like maybe we would act like we're friends every time we would go out and drink. Oh, what's up, bro? But like we were never actually friends. Like my actual friends, like we hung out a lot sober, and then we also hung out when we were drinking. But like it wasn't because we drank that we were friends. Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, I didn't. Looking back, I'm like, man, I didn't see a benefit to really ever drinking. I can't lie. Like besides just feeling good, feeling drunk, right? So yeah, all these other things that I can do now, like, are great. So yeah, I'm just much more intentional with my time. Like if I'm looking forward to drinking, or I am drinking, or it's the day after, I'm hungover, like all that time, I'm kind of just reacting to the world. Oh, I feel shitty. Well, I'm gonna fucking order a burger and lay in bed, right? Like that's not helping me to get to any of my goals. Laying in bed eating a burger. Like bumping elbows with fucking douchebags downtown at a bar and getting pissed because he spilled my drink. Like that's not helping me become financially independent. That's not helping me be a better boyfriend. That's not helping me make more money in my job. That's not helping shit, right? So, for me, that's just me personally. It wasn't helping. It was hurting. So now I get to do things that actually help. I get to have the intention and do those things. Number 9, more stability in my life. So it's pretty straightforward, but I'm a more reliable person now. And I wouldn't even say like I'm a reliable guy. I'm more reliable than I was. And I'm getting more reliable. Like I wouldn't, if you're saying, hey, describe yourself, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm the most reliable fucking guy around. I'm getting more reliable, and I'm definitely much more reliable than when I was drinking. And not by coincidence, the people in my life are more reliable. And that's some choice. Some of it is that they're different people, but it's also, I think, because I'm being reliable. I'm showing up, so they're going to show up. It's mutual respect, right? I'm more reliable to myself. I trust myself, Number 10, serenity and peace of mind. So this is a slow improvement. My life is not serene all the time. It's definitely not serene all the time. But it's much more serene, and it continues. Sometimes the progress is like this, whoa, but it continues to get more serene. It continues to be more peaceful. So I wrote down a couple things here. I get to enjoy my mornings. I talked about that. I get to have coffee with my girlfriend, sit and talk and have an engaging conversation. I get to have more real connection with my friends. So instead of like spending time at bars here in St. Louis, like bullshitting with some guy I don't know and don't really care about, maybe I can take that time and I'm going to call one of my best friends from college, and I'm going to catch up with him for an hour, talk about growth and what ideas we're thinking about, things like that. I enjoy walking my dog more. I enjoy exercising more, cooking. Even my job is more enjoyable. Again, talked about that before. It's less stressful. I enjoy the process more of simple things. Driving. Like I enjoy getting up, driving to my house or whatever it is. Right? All those simple, the little things, right? It's like cliche. It's the little things that matter or whatever. It's the little things that make you happy. That's been more true for me. So overall, I'm more mindful and more present. And I generally like where I am in life. And that's a great feeling. And I'm not content with just staying where I'm at, right? But I'm I accept who I am, accept where I live, how much money I make, what car I drive. I am learning to accept all those things and love all those things. I'm lucky. I'm learning to be grateful, you know. So that is all in the serenity. Like the acceptance and the gratitude is part of the serenity I have in my life, and just being, like I said, peace of mind. You know, it all kind of goes in together. So, yeah, that is everything I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope it didn't come off as me trying to like tell anyone to get sober, or that being sober is better than drinking. Drinking is really fun. It is. And I just wanted to share my experience with stopping drinking, with getting sober. You know, it's been a little bit over a year now since I've had any alcohol. My life is a lot better, and I don't have any plans to drink. Like, I'm not waiting for 18 months, 2 years, and then I'm going to drink. I'm not really waiting for anything like that, and I don't know if I'll be sober the rest of my life. I just know that I'm sober today, sober right now, making this video, and I'm really grateful for that. Anyways, I hope that you guys liked the video. If anyone is struggling with drinking in any minor way, major way, you can stop. You don't have to do it as much as you want to, or as much as your friends want you to, or your family wants you to. You don't have to. And for me, my life is way better when I don't drink. Now, again, there's people who might say the opposite, and that's okay. Everyone's different. There's no one size fits all solution. So yeah, a little bit different than my other videos. This one's more serious. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.